Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 80s Chaos. 1984. Who remembers that year? I know I was a little young, but who remembers 1984? The year that the Ghostbusters came out. So after you saw the film and you wanted to create your own ghost fight or take down the Stay Puft or Slimer yourself, what did you try to do? Did you try to go to the KB toy store or Toys R Us to try to get an action figure? And I bet you ended up with absolutely nothing. Because it wasn't until 2 years later that the Kenner figures from the real Ghostbusters made their way to the market.
There's something strange in the neighborhood.
So who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Each sold separately.
Have no fear. Beckman, Steph, and Spengler are here. So are these ghosts. They've got ectoplasm. We've been goofed. Now what? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Let's show this pile of dessert who's boss. Activate Neutrona Blaster. We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Peter Venkman, Ectoplasm, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and other figures each sold separately. Ghostbusters, new from Kenner.
There was no figures from the original Ghostbuster film. The figures only came out after the real Ghostbusters cartoon made its way out onto TV. So here, I have the replicas. These are the re-releases. I do not have the originals. I really wish I did, but I'm just here to show you what I have. And obviously, we've got Peter Venkman. We've got Ray Stantz. We have Winston Zeddemore and Egon Spengler. One of the differences with these packs was the backgrounds behind the figures were a different color. That's how you can kind of tell the originals from the re-releases. Also, too, on some of the figures from Slimer, which still funny how they called him the Green Ghost, and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. When you look at the tops here, it says, who are you going to call? The originals had them up here. Also, the real was a different type of red. So again, that's how you can tell the originals from the re-releases. But these are all the re-releases that came out. Alright guys, here are a few of some of my favorite figures. So in 2020, Hasbro came out with the Ghostbusters Plasma Series. The Plasma Series included Gozer, Dana Barrett, Egon Spengler, Winston Zeddemore, Ray Stantz, and Peter Venkman. It's the original 1984 cast, and I think they look fantastic. I think they did a great job with them. If you notice inside, you see the head of a pterodog. There's a body in this one. So if you purchased all 6 figures, you were able to build your own pterodog and add it to your collection. Me, I like to keep all the figures here for this collection inside the box. I think they display really well, and they show off, really nice. So here we go. 2021, Hasbro did it again with the second version of the Plasma series for Ghostbusters Afterlife. These figures included Lucky, Podcast, Trevor, Winston, Ray, and Peter. So with these figures, I looked around everywhere noticing, where's Phoebe? Couldn't find Phoebe no matter where I looked. I looked online, I looked at eBay. No one had a Phoebe character. It's like she didn't even exist. Well, watching the film, now I know why. Week or two later that Hasbro finally released the last figure from the Plasma series, which was the family that busts together, which included Phoebe and the ghost version of Egon Spengler. This was a hot commodity. This flew off the shelves. The second it was on a shelf, it was gone. So you had to get them quick. Luckily, I got one. And also they came out with an expansion pack, which basically was the mini puffs from the film. They came with 3 extra heads, 3 bodies, And again, they display well in the box. I like the way they look. I like the way they use the box with the marshmallow coming down the side of it. And they did redo a bunch of these figures here, and they added slime to the figures. I didn't pick those up. I wasn't too much of a fan of them. They were just remakes with green slime added to every single figure. So they are out there if you're interested in picking them up. But again, here is the 2020 and 2021 Plasma Series figures. Here's another set of figures that Hasbro came out with. They're based off the 1984 figures, which is Peter, Ray, Egon, and Winston. They did include Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The figures for Afterlife, they came out with Phoebe, Trevor, and Lucky. I don't know why they didn't include Podcast, but he wasn't part of this figure line. And then for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, they came out with a Phoebe, Callie, Trevor, and Gary. I wasn't too much of a big fan of this series, but they came out, and I definitely needed to add them to my collection. So we've got the Hasbro figures here, and the Hasbro Plasma Series here. So I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I'll see you on the next one.